Indian Scott digging through the past. Crazy tales they uncover fast. History stranger than you think. They'll also talk about wieners in a blink. They'll talk about wieners in a blink. Oddball history.
Boom, boom, boom.
How.
Whoa, an extra one.
How.
When does it stop? Who knows?
That's right. More hows for the same price. This is a value podcast.
Yeah. It's the summer's here. It's time to do our summer sales event.
Twice as many hows.
All the hows you can have. But today we are doing a fun one. I'm excited to do Smedley Butler.
Smedley Butler.
Previously one of the most decorated Marine Corps veterans of all time.
That's right. When he left the Marines, he was like the guy.
Which is fun. It's like being Ryan Lochte behind Michael Phelps. Because almost instantaneously, Chesty Puller famously in World War II.
Oh, we all remember Chesty Puller.
We all remember Chesty Puller. But Smedley pretty much was in every war from
1890, from the Spanish-American War to like World War I, essentially.
Yeah.
He's in all these little conflicts that America is having to protect her interests abroad.
Which is kind of his whole thing. Is this came from Blake T. Burl, top
shout
comment
out.
guy.
Really good suggestion.
He did say episode idea, Smedley Butler. He was a Marine that fought in every war between the Spanish-American War and World War I. He reintroduced slavery to Haiti. He won 2 Medals of Honor. And in 1933, business leaders wanted to overthrow DFR and make Butler a dictator. And after he left the Marines, became an anti-war activist and wrote a book called War is a Racket. I think you two could make that funny.
Yeah. Well, challenge accepted.
Challenge
Boy,
accepted.
I hope we don't fuck it up now. We might, but I don't think we. It's a pretty funny story. It's a pretty good story. He's like a badass and also a cool, interesting dude.
Yeah, for sure. His previous message to us was a follow-up on the whales episode, a cartoon from the 1860s showing whales cavorting after the discovery of petroleum oil. This is a very oddball scene. We'll have a picture of it.
I can picture it in my mind. Yeah. It is. All right, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and before we get into the top comments, we have the first ad read.
Top comments of
Oddball History.
All right.
This episode is brought to you by DuPont Chemical. And let me read what they sent. And sorry about all the war profiteering you're about to hear about. We promise we definitely stopped doing that.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's good.
Thank you, DuPont.
Thank you, DuPont.
I appreciate those dollars. Keep them coming.
And
hey,
now,
I don't remember that time that one of you guys killed that wrestler. Hey, remember that? Team Foxcatcher?
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the DuPonts.
I forgot about that.
I'm fucking up our only sponsor already. I brought up the documentary
the fictional tale of the DuPont
totally
founder.
made up tale of how he was a weird old man who liked to wrestle with real wrestling, and because he was rich, and he would make them take dives.
Yeah,
We've been over all this before on the pod.
Channing Tatum's finest work.
I never saw the.
You never saw the movie?
I saw the doc, but not the movie.
Okay, yeah. Steve Carell, gotta love him.
Oh wow, Steve Carell played him.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah. But as always,
did he pull out of "That's What She Said" at any point, like as a wink to the camera?
I would like Steve Carell just forever do Office puns.
Yeah.
They had a guy at this wedding I was just at that reminded me so much of his character from The Office.
Oh no. That's not a good thing.
He was at a wedding and a destination one at that, and went, "Oh, Clint hates me." And then I was like, "Oh, I met Mike." And I was talking to Clint later, and he goes, "Oh, I fucking hate that guy." And he was just and he was talking about Clint being mean to him, and he was like, "It really bothers me. We have like a group chat that's like we talk a lot about sports and sports betting," and he was like, "I really feel like it's like what connects us as like a group of friends, and it's very important to me is like my social circle." And he was like, "Whenever I say something Clint doesn't like, he removes me from the group, and I won't notice it for like a week or two, and I'll be like, where'd all my friends go?"
Oh my god! You're like.
Then I told Clint that, and he was like, "I do that."
Shout out Clint. Pretty funny bit. Look.
Yeah, check them out on the JFK episode.
Yeah, that's right. JFK conspiracy theory episode. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about that the Sonny Bryan's by Parkland.
Open late so you can eat great.
That's right.
Yeah.
Somebody got diarrhea from it.
Oh, did Clint get diarrhea?
I don't remember. Somebody did. Somebody had a diarrhea.
I've talked about this 6 times on different media outlets.
You don't forget which restaurants you've heard diarrhea stories about.
I've told this story on like 6 media outlets. But Clint did find out about Robin Williams passing while masturbating in his mom's house.
All right.
And she knocked on the door and then opened the door and went, "Hey, I got bad news." She's like, "Robin Williams passed away." And then she closed the door. Now Clint's left with a moral quandary. Do you finish? Is that the end of the session?
Yeah.
And I do like to bring up the year in which Robin Williams passed. We were 25-year-old men.
All right.
And he was just cracking stick at his mom's house.
It's a very Costanza moment.
Yes. Yeah. So Clint
for
Frizzell,
our
thank
old
you.
pal.
Good buddy. But now, those top comments.
Top comments of the week.
Welcome to the Top Comments with Oddball History, where we dive into the strangest corners of the past and spotlight the people who made history a little more interesting. Today we are starting with a name you might not know, but should: Smedley Butler. Smedley Butler was one of the most decorated United States Marines in history. After retiring, Butler famously called war a racket, exposing the profit motives behind many military conflicts. So why are wars like a bad poker game? Because the house always wins and the players lose their shirts, and sometimes their lives. His story reminds us that sometimes the most decorated heroes are also the boldest truth tellers. Now for those top comments. Chaos reigns.
All right, so this was Chris Halt on YouTube. He said, this is just about the John Brinkley episode, and he goes, "She brinkling on my John until my prostate rejuvenated," as the young people would say.
I love it. I love it.
And I just love it.
Thumbs up.
She brinkling on my John until my prostate gets rejuvenated.
That's right.
And I like, as the kids would say, it's like it's rejuven some tates.
Yeah.
They're juven up them P-tates.
I like to think John R. Brinkley is looking up from hell, just giving us. He's like, "That's good.
That's a good one.
That's good.
That's a good
I
one.
wish I had that when I had my radio empire." Have you guys heard about my radio?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "John, we've heard about your fucking radio
It's
empire."
all you talk about.
All you talk about.
But yeah, I love that. Chris has been a Top Comments member a number of times, and
That's right.
He rules and gets us. He's funny.
That's right. Shout out.
The next one was from the Zoo's sad clip about Scott having a bad experience.
It was just a sad scene.
Yeah,
A sad scene and an otherwise happy,
accidentally
fun zoo
went
trip.
to a grape funeral, a grape ape, a gorilla funeral.
Oh, that would have been even sadder. I love grape ape.
Grape ape
Who
died?
doesn't?
My mother-in-law, both my brother-in-laws play rugby,
Yeah.
and one of them kind of runs with his arms down. And my mother-in-law was like, he runs like grape ape.
What an amazing pull.
And I was like, what? That's an exact description of how he does run.
You're like, pull up your phone. You're like,
holy
son
shit,
of a
she
bitch.
nailed it.
You are
Yeah.
laser accuracy here.
Beautiful joke. Way
Impressive.
to go, Carrie.
Yeah.
But
Shout
this
out,
guy
Carrie.
commented on that, and you just said this was Coxwell's Deli. He goes, ape together sad.
Yeah.
Ape
Yeah.
together strong.
Yeah.
The famous Reddit phrase.
That's right.
I enjoy
yeah, from Planet of the Apes.
Oh, is that
You
ape
know,
together strong?
Ape together strong.
Oh,
he
man.
he demonstrates with sticks how you can break one stick, but if you get like 5 sticks together, not so easy to break. And that's how he explains that apes strong together.
I like that.
And that's the basis for their whole empire.
Yeah, that's my pop culture knowledge is very Reddit focused.
They become the Roman Empire.
Yeah, we all know the
fourth
story.
movie.
They're
So good. I love those. I cannot talk enough about how much I loved those movies.
I had a bummer of a zoo trip. I went to the San Diego Zoo one time. Did I tell you about this?
No.
I saw the pandas there.
All right.
They have pandas, and you wait in a long line.
Yeah.
And it's a big attraction. They're pandas. Oh, my God.
Yeah, of course.
And
Huge
then
deal.
you go...
Big money maker.
One of them, was shitting, had diarrhea, and was just filthy, covered in shit. And then they were just sitting there, Which I know you're at a zoo, like they're not dancing bears.
Yeah.
But they were just dirty little bears covered in shit. And you just kind of walk past and they were just...
Oh, no, not.
I was like, wow, what a vibrant creature that we should spend a lot of money saving, you know?
Yeah.
Pandas
Oh,
are
man.
bullshit, though. They, like, are animal... There's never been an animal that wishes to die more than a panda.
Yeah.
It's like you can't make them have sex.
Yeah.
And then they aren't evolutionarily designed to eat bamboo.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to.
Right.
So they don't get enough calories, which is why they're lazy. And they have to eat like 90% of the day.
Pandas, why don't you get your shit
Get
together?
your shit together.
All
I'm
right?
fucking sick of them. Let
Yeah.
them go.
Yeah. Cute, though. I
They
like
are.
when they tumble down hills. We can say that for them, at least.
Yeah, of course. And then on the one of the clips about, what was the guy's name that had all the testicles implanted along his ribs?
Oh, that was Lydeston. G. Frank Lydeston.
There we go. And Farm Welding Nick goes, this seems like the era where they would have wrote a law that said no one shall have more than 3 extra testicles installed into them.
They might have. They might
Yeah.
have, but people would have raised a fuss if it was in that
Oh, yeah.
little short window there between like the late 1800s and the 1920s, or late 1920s.
Where we were ornery.
People would have been like, "You do not tread on my right to
Yeah.
have many testicles sewn
testicles.
loosey goosey into my torso."
I don't want to do it. I just want the option to do it.
I'm trying to look like a pouch full of marbles, pal.
But that was Nick. He did get married. So
Hey,
happy
shout
nuptials.
out Nick.
And he did
Congrats.
say, thanks, fellas. Thank you for the sausage stuffer, too.
Hell yeah.
I think I left a note of like, may your heart be as full as your sausages.
That's beautiful,
Here
Jimmy.
is the sausage stuffer.
That is beautiful. I really, yeah.
There you go. You invite us
Hell
to your
yeah.
wedding, and we might get you a gift and write you a thoughtful message as well.
A beautiful little thought.
Yeah.
You know?
It is sweet.
A beautiful message.
What? God, what'll I do next? But yeah, that's the end of the top comments.
Top comments of the week.
And so, yeah, now we're going to get into Smedley
Our
Butler.
guy Smedley Butler.
One of the most decorated Marines of all time, from the Spanish-American War to World War I.
That's right.
And after the writer of War is a Racket.
That's right.
So he was this incredible soldier.
Yeah,
and
an amazing soldier. And
became
then,
a giant anti-war advocate afterward.
Yeah, and we'll see in the story when he starts to have these thoughts very kind of early on in his career, and continues being a badass Marine for another 20 years, and then after he retires, especially once he gets a little distance, he's like, "Whoa, that was
Like,
kinda
wait
fucked
a
up."
second. Well, I think I wrote a list of all the wars he was in and what corporations specifically benefited.
Yeah, and he has bangers of quotes too
Oh,
that are
yeah.
like, yeah.
But it's crazy. Like, we obviously still do this.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
Imperialism.
Yeah, this
we
will
have
sound
more,
very familiar.
we
to
have more.
anyone.
We have more cloak and daggers now of like
Yeah,
trying to be like, it's not the military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
We just ended a 25-year war and felt like Israel and Ukraine should get after it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's funny you say that too, because the military-industrial complex, that's kind of like, that was almost like picking up from where like Smedley Butler shit had led. But anyway, just to give you some backstory on Smedley Butler, he's born July 30th, 1881 in Westchester, Pennsylvania. That's right, same hometown as Bam Margera.
Oh, boy.
So I ended up seeing clips of Smedley Butler speaking, but before I saw him, I was hoping he would talk like Bam Margera. He would say like, ass. You know, they
Yeah.
say ass.
Well, water.
Kicked my ass.
Yeah.
I don't know
Terrible
how they do
accent.
it. If
It'll
I
sound
was
like
15, I would have nailed that impression though. I was watching tons of Bam Margera content back then. But he's a Quaker family, very fancy. They're not fancy. They're like they're all in politics though.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Fancy like Reba McEntire fancy.
fancy like Reba McEntire. Here's your one chance, fancy. Don't let me down.
Don't let me down.
She said, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down.
That's what they said to Smedley
Just a
Butler.
heartwarming song about child prostitution.
That's right.
One of her hits.
One of her hits,
Yeah.
and it was a good song. Let's be real about it. I don't know.
My buddy Ethan did it at karaoke one time.
And then
he's like
reading,
a big country guy.
It's like
It was very funny.
It's like a real Michael and maybe in Arrested Development singing Afternoon Delight and only realizing while they're singing how the song is about fucking. It's like an uncle and niece combo, and they're like,
I think Fancy needs his help.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a good situation.
I don't think this is a good situation at all. But anyway, Smedley Butler was kind of the opposite of Fancy in a lot of ways. His dad was his dad was a lawyer, judge, and congressman. His mom's dad was a congressman who had actually held the same seat as his dad before. Yeah. And then his dad's dad, Samuel Butler, was a Pennsylvania state rep and treasurer. He's the captain of the baseball team, quarterback of the football team in high school at the Westchester Friends Graded High School.
Hell yeah.
That's a snappy name for a high school.
Name. Friends High School.
And then he drops out he's like almost going to graduate. He's 16 years old and the Spanish-American War breaks out and he's like, I got to go fight.
Yeah.
And he drops out. His parents don't want him to, but he does.
Yeah.
He drops out. They let him graduate anyway. They're kind of like, Spanish-American War can be your work study. We'll give you...
everyone needs a gap year.
We'll give you some credits.
Yeah.
We'll give you 2 course credits for fighting in the Spanish-American War and getting horrible diarrhea on Guantanamo Bay. And so they agreed.
I don't know if that one's still up. I think everything after 30's up, but the Army beef scandal.
That was fun.
That's a fun one.
That was a fun one. Yeah, it was really. That was we did that one at night, and it really looks like it. I remember, But anyway, amazing history. The beef scandal. If you don't know, that's Spanish-American War. So everyone in the Spanish-American War was shitting themselves to death.
Constantly.
That's the point of that.
So the Spanish-American War kicks off in 1898. It is in Cuba. He's 16. He joins the military early. And the U.S. motivation here was to kick Spain out of Cuba and expand its influence. And the benefiting interests are the United Fruit Company, American Sugar Companies, and banking interests that later operated in the Caribbean.
That's right.
So very direct.
Lots of big work. And he doesn't see any action actually in the Spanish-American War. He kind of like goes there and hangs out for a while. They had recently taken Guantanamo Bay, so he had it was already kind of over almost by the time he got there. So he musters out, goes right back in, and goes to the Philippine-American War. He's stationed in Manila, where he is bored to shit on first being sent there. And apparently he takes to drinking. He was temporarily, hey, there it goes, temporarily relieved of his command after an unspecified incident in his room. What could that incident have been?
When you're at work, you can J, but you can't O.
Oh, wow. Was
you
that it?
Remember that. I think
was
that could be it.
He busted?
He busted.
He busted, and they said, we bust you.
We bust you down.
Down.
You busted out,
That's
we bust
right.
you down. All right?
You bust a nut, we bust you out of a leadership position. That's what the military
I was waiting for a rhyme with nut. You really set it up like something was going to rhyme.
Oh, no. I did not have a rhyme in my back pocket there. I think maybe I was also thinking he might have upper decked. I don't know how toilets worked back then. If you could upper deck someone.
Philippine War in 1899, I imagine there's more of a hole situation.
Yeah, that could be true.
I'm thinking
he pooped in the pee hole.
He pooped in the pee hole.
2 holes in the floor, and they're like, you can't.
Please, God.
Smedley, come on.
Which I was giggling at Smedley.
Smedley.
And I always think
it's a Quaker name?
Yeah, it's like a medley of vegetables that are smelly.
Smedley.
Like if it's just broccoli and beans, it's a Smedley.
He sounds like a bad guy from a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yeah, Smedley.
And Smedley's always twirling his mustache, I feel like, but not this Smedley. But he, anyway, in 1899, he finally gets his first combat. He leads 300 Marines to retake the city of Noveleta. They do by noon. 1 is killed, 10 are wounded, but another 50 were incapacitated by the heat, which, good God, that sounds not pleasant.
Not pleasant at all.
It's pretty hot right now here, but But I mean, good God, he meets this guy, Littleton Waller, really fun looking guy from this time period. Littleton Waller, another
Picture.
Famous Marine.
Yeah.
And they
Great
become
country
lifelong
music
friends.
act name.
Oh yeah, Littleton Waller.
Littleton Waller.
I'd go see him.
I'd see him.
I'd go check him out at
Colton's dad.
That's right. He's but anyway, so Waller is told he's told that he's going to Guam, and they say pick 5 dudes to bring with Guam. This is bachelor rules. You get to pick.
Yeah.
And
Here's 6 roses.
here's 6 roses.
Yeah.
Please gather the men in a line in tuxedos. So he picks Smedley as one of his dudes. They hop on the ship, and then as they're on the way to Guam, they say, forget Guam, by the way. The Boxer Rebellion has broken out now in China. We've already dubbed it the Boxer Rebellion because we're good with names. So they head on to China.
But before we get into the Boxer Rebellion, I'll do my little... Where I got this from had a few things that made me giggle. It says Philippine-American War, 1899-1902. The Philippines, role, he was a Marine officer. U.S. motivation, maintain control of the Philippines after, in quotation marks, liberating it from Spain. That seems dismissive.
Yeah.
But as we've talked about here as well, they really weren't defending it.
Yeah, and it's very much a time of like all the world powers pretty much. If there was any place that wasn't controlled by a world power, they were like, we got to get that place before one of the other motherfuckers do.
We're doing it.
It was the time.
They said the benefiting interests were American rubber, hemp, and shipping companies and military contractors. So now on to the Boxer Rebellion in China.
The Boxer Rebellion in China, hey, we all remember it. The Boxers rise up. They're supported by the Qing dynasty. They have an army, and they're intent on killing all the foreigners and the nationalists. So a coalition of 8 nations comes in, including U.S. Marines. He fights, our guy Smedley Butler fights in the Battle of Tientsin, July 13th, 1900, and then in the Gately expedition, where they march to Beijing to protect the foreigners and the diplomatic legations from the Boxers and Qing dynasty forces. And during this fighting, he saw a Marine officer fall. He's in a trench and he saw a Marine officer fall. He jumps out of the trench to go rescue him, takes a bullet in the thigh. Actually, the same battle, he also got shot in the button, like saving his lung, like a brass button.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, he takes one to the leg, still runs out, grabs the guy, gets him to the rear.
That's a medal.
That's a medal. He probably would have got the Medal of Honor right here, but commissioned officers weren't eligible for it then.
Interesting.
So instead, he's promoted to captain by brevet while lying in a hospital recovering. This is 2 weeks before his 19th birthday.
That's crazy.
Jesus, I am an unaccomplished man.
I know.
But anyway.
That's still even in like modern day military, where like what were you doing when you were 19? I was laughing with a buddy about this. It's like I was, drinking like an asshole at a college.
Yeah, exactly.
That I didn't use the degree for.
Yeah.
And he was like, what were you doing? He was like, 19. I was fire team leader. We're like, oh, well, that's
like,
a little more responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you were part of a racket that's supporting oil companies, so sorry about all your friends.
Checkmate.
Oh my god. I have said this before. I got a lot of friends with veterans that I'm very pro soldier, very anti war.
Yeah.
Where I think it's an honorable and well-intentioned thing.
That's the right way to. That's the right stance.
You need to be trained and ready to do it, but we misuse it as a system, which is evil.
Yeah. What we're saying is we are actually putting together a private army. If you would like to join the Oddball History Private Army,
subscribe on YouTube.
I got some ideas from things in this episode. I thought, hey, it wouldn't be bad to have a private army of ex-soldiers. Yeah, I'm just saying, not for any specific reason.
Just to help with the podcast.
Just to help get the word out. Think of it less as an army, more. I shouldn't have said army. It's a street team.
Yes.
It's a street team of highly organized ex-soldiers.
Just getting the word out.
They will have real sharp uniforms.
Yeah. So the Boxer Rebellion fought an international force that suppressed anti-Western rebellion. The U.S. motivation was to protect commercial access to China, the open door policy.
Yeah, and this is if you read the accounts, it's a wild one. Their march to Beijing, like they are slaughtering civilians and looting willy-nilly. Butler had a quote about that. He said, "I suppose we shouldn't have taken anything, but war is hell anyhow, and none of us was in the frame of mind to make it any better." He later wrote that, which, fair, I guess. What's anyone gonna say when you're marching to Beijing, just soaked in blood? I'm not. But anyway, Boxer Rebellion, that's his last action before he gets in the Banana Wars.
The Banana Wars.
We all remember the Banana Wars here at the Oddball History Podcast.
Benefiting interest of the Boxer Rebellion, American Trading Companies, Railroad and Steel Companies, and Standard Oil. And the Banana Wars crack me up because this is the first one where we're just naming them the benefiting interests.
Yep. They're like it was for banana. Let's just say it was for bananas.
It's for bananas.
I don't want to think of a cover thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't have it in me. I'm just going to say Banana War.
Are we going to destabilize a few countries and kill a bunch of people?
Excuse us. That was our.
If we're going to be selling
official policy back then. Excuse us. You guys, we're gonna do a little.
These happen in a lot of places, like Honduras.
Honduras was the first
1909 and 1912.
Yeah, in 1903, it's a funny scene. They get to Honduras. They go to this town, Puerto Cortes, and get off the ship. It's just a quiet town with like no military there. Yeah. So they're like, oh shit. They sail to another town, another quiet town. This continues happening until they finally reach Trujillo, and they go to rescue the consul, and he's in his office under the floorboards, wrapped in the American flag. Like cowering, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a really unsexy version of that famous Pamela Anderson poster from the 90s.
Sexy version.
We remember the Pamela Anderson poster from the 90s of her wrapped in the American flag. He also, it's in Honduras that he gets my favorite possibly of his nicknames. He also has a lot of great nicknames.
Yeah.
This one is Old Gimlet Eye because he had an unnamed tropical fever that was making his eyes all bloodshot and red. So they call him Old Gimlet Eye, which is great. It's also in the middle of the Banana Wars. He gets married. He goes back to Philly for a minute in 1905 and marries Ethel Conway Peters, daughter of a railroad executive and civil engineer. They have 3 kids. He's back to the Banana Wars.
Yep.
Then he says, sorry, new wife, I got to go back and win these fucking bananas.
Hey, United Fruit Company, Honduras is good. What about Nicaragua?
Yeah.
Let's go check out Nicaragua. They're up to no good.
During the Banana Wars, it just occurred to me, if you're like us, your quest is a lot like Donkey Kong Country Returns.
You tell me more.
And Donkey Kong Country, for that matter. You're after a horde of bananas. That's the whole thing of the game. Somebody stole your horde of bananas.
Donkey Kong Adventures is just an allegory for the Banana Wars.
Yes.
The early 1900s.
Yeah, it is. It's for it's an allegory for American imperialism. It is. I've always thought that about Donkey Kong. I've always been outspoken on that. He goes to after his first back in the Banana Wars, he goes and does garrison duty in the Philippines and has a nervous breakdown in 1908, sent home with 9 months sick leave. He manages a coal mine. And what an early 20th century.
You're just being a hard dude.
I'm just going to pivot to being a coal mine manager for my off time. And then it's off to Nicaragua after that. And Nicaragua's some of his wildest fighting.
Yeah.
1909 to 1912, he's there. He fights in the Battle of Masaya and the Battle of Coyotepe Hill, which, along with Leon falling to U.S. Marines 2 days later, essentially ended the Nicaraguan Revolution of 1912. I was reading about Coyotepe. It's like a hill that has a fortress on top of it. And I was reading a little bit after this during the Somoza dictatorship, which all this sets up for. During the Somoza dictatorship, they would take dissidents from, it was used as a jail, the fortress, and they would take dissidents from the jail by helicopter and throw them in volcanoes.
Ooh.
How fucked
Classic.
up. Isn't that insane? Fucking Bond villain Somoza over here. He really was. He was an awful family.
Not to be confused with Göbekli Tepe, where my Graham Hancock people at.
Wait, what?
Göbekli Tepe. It's another
know.
ancient structure that just Tepe reminded me of.
Tepe.
Yeah, so
It's fun to say.
Old
fun to say.
derailing Scott's thought Jimbo. That's what they call me.
No, I was at the end of my thought anyway. I ran out of steam.
I do. And then
anyhow.
after Nicaragua, he ended up in Haiti as the commander of U.S. occupation forces. Now, he had a funny thing. Blake said this in the initial message, and I found a funny legal disclaimer because he was like, he reintroduced slavery to Haiti.
Yeah.
And so this thing goes, under U.S. administration, the Haitians were made to work on infrastructure projects, especially roads, through a system called Corvée labor. Smedley Butler did not reintroduce slavery in the literal or legal sense. But he was involved.
Yeah, no,
but
he enforced the system of labor where if you ran away, you were...
Yeah, but he was involved in enforcing policies in Haiti that resembled slavery in practice, specifically forced unpaid labor under coercion.
Yes. Yeah, so, I mean...
Hey, what's
our bad on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for thinking that was slavery. Stupid us thinking that the forced labor system that you're not allowed to run away from under penalty of death is like
we're not going to pay you, and if you stop, we're killing you.
Yeah, it's also it's actually before he gets to Haiti, but in Nicaragua, it's around this time that he starts to get disillusioned. I have a quote here. He wrote home to his parents during while he was actually between battles in Panama. He said, "What makes me mad is that the whole revolution is inspired and financed by Americans who have wildcat investments down here and want to make them good by putting in a government which will declare a monopoly in their favor. The whole business is rotten to the core." So he's saying that in 1912, 1913, you know?
And then he continued fighting for 20 years.
And then he continues fighting because he's damn good.
He's damn good at it.
He's just damn good.
And before we finish the Banana Wars in the Dominican Republic, I encourage you to go back into the episode a little bit and find the time Scott accidentally said the N-word while trying to say Nicaragua. And,
I don't think I did.
I want you to clip it. And I want you.
How dare you?
We're canceling Scott today. All
How
right.
dare
I
you?
want to get it done.
How dare you,
Nick,
Jimmy?
Chris, Lindsay, we got listeners. Okay.
I don't think they'll conspire against me.
Okay, we'll see.
I think I'm good. I don't think I accidentally said shit.
Then he ends up in Mexico at the Veracruz occupation, which was to block arms shipments to Mexican revolutionary Victoriano Huerta. He led the marine assault on Veracruz, and this was, again, for Standard Oil to maintain shipping and domination in the region. So,
yeah, he...
whoops-a-daisy.
Yeah, he lands 5,800 Marines in Veracruz. They have several days of firefights and shit. And this is he wins his first Medal of Honor for his actions in Veracruz. He later tries to return it. He's like, I didn't do anything. And they were like, you take it and you fucking wear it. And no word on if he did. I actually read the only time he wore his dress blues after he retired was his daughter's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe not, but I don't know. Then it's, on to Haiti, just to give you an idea of, okay, maybe he didn't technically whatever by that definition reintroduce slavery, but he did. I mean, he crushed this Cacos rebellion. They did come back a few years later, and there was a second Cacos war, which was much bloodier than the first. But then he kind of founded the Gendarmerie de Haiti, the national police force, and he was known in Haiti. His nickname was just the Devil. So
doing good guy stuff.
So doing good guy stuff. But there is a cool. I mean, if you don't think about any of the context of it, it's kind of a cool scene.
Yeah.
They're fighting. They get to this fort in Haiti, and they find like a small pipe that goes in, like that the Cacos are using to go in and out of this fort. And so Smedley Butler, Sergeant Ross Lindsay, and Private Samuel Gross, and Butler just has his 45. They run through the tunnel and emerge on the other side, and there are 50 surprised Kakos there, like, who the fuck are
Who's
these
this
guys?
guy?
And they just start busting at him, and the fight is on. All the other soldiers, are streaming in through the pipe and it's a melee. It's like hand-to-hand combat. At one point, Smedley Butler almost gets clubbed in the head, but right before, like, the guy has his club and he's about to bring it down, and the guy, Gross, shot him. So a real movie scene there, and then they win that battle. They dynamite the fortress, and 60 outlying buildings. And then they, to use Butler's words, they hunted the Kakos like pigs. They were really trying to wipe them out, but again, they didn't, because they came back a few years later for a much bloodier war. World War I comes. He's not given.
He doesn't actually go to the front lines, but he is given like a command post job.
Yeah, he doesn't get a combat command, which bums him out. He keeps writing friends and being like, "Send me to the Western Front, you pieces of shit." And they won't, though. He's sent to Brest, France, which, hey, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I bet he got that, and he was like, "I think I'm gonna like it over in Brest." And he high-fived because he was.
He's a dog.
And then they were like,
Smedley Butler's a dog.
It's not called that for that reason. And he's like, fuck.
Okay, fine.
That's what I'll still go. That's all right. I'll still go. But he gets there and it's a shithole. It's like a debarkation depot for American Expeditionary Force troops. And it's fucking disgusting. The whole thing is like mud. It's basically like Woodstock 99. It's all mud and shit everywhere. Soldiers are sleeping in mud.
Taylor and I watched the Woodstock 99 documentary. And it got to the point.
Oh, I don't know. We did talk about it at one point when I had seen it, I know, because I remembered Taylor
and I had it on again, and we were like the point where they're talking about like women having bad experiences. And there's just video of people like in the crowd just like grabbing titty.
Yeah, dude.
And then I remember Taylor was like getting upset. She was just like, fucking like, men are such pigs. Like, this grosses me out. And then Limp Bizkit starts going crazy, and the crowd just starts jumping. And I remember she was watching it and just went, "Men are fools." And it was such an impassioned, "You're all fools." Yeah, like, you're not wrong.
Yeah, not wrong.
Limp Bizkit does have a lot of good songs, though. It was of the time. I'm not ashamed to say.
Sure it was.
Yeah, they were fun.
Rolling. No, that wasn't one of the good ones. That was one. That's what I would say if someone was like rolling, and I would be like, that wasn't one of the good ones, though.
That wasn't
what
a
about
bad
In
one.
Together
That wasn't
Now?
a bad one.
What about In Together Now?
Yeah, spelled.
Remember?
Guess how you
That's
spell
how
that.
we were spelling things
Hell
back
yeah,
then.
brother.
We didn't give a shit how we spelled
Yeah, I don't
stuff.
need your rules, man.
Yeah. Forget about fucking grammar and shit. This is Limp Bizkit times.
Also, man,
we're gonna burn everything.
If you come
How's
out
the
with,
spirit?
if there's a sex tape of a famous person, I'll probably Google it. And Fred Durst had one.
Yeah. All right.
And yeah,
you watched it?
I saw it.
All right.
He's got a weird kind of small dick.
All right.
And it was like shot on an old phone because this was like in the 2000s. And it was just like he's kind
like a flip phone.
He's kind of like a little heavy, and it's like a bad angle of his face, and you're like, I don't think this was supposed to hit the internet.
No,
I think
so
this
you just
was
see him
meant to
pumping
be.
away,
just pumping away, just doing his best,
covered in sweaty Fred
old
Durst,
sweaty
Durst, still wearing his red Yankees hat.
One could only imagine.
That's gross. I don't know why I painted that picture. I mean, I guess you started it, but anyway, Smedley Butler gets to Woodstock 99, and he's like, "It's too muddy here," and
it's too muddy here.
No, but the camp, the camp.
Yeah, of course.
It's too muddy. So he goes into the wharf and pulls up a bunch of duck boards and is like, I'm going to put these around so that way you fucking boneheads don't have to sleep in the mud anymore.
Yeah.
And it was such a revolutionary idea that keeping these soldiers from sleeping in the fucking mud that he won like shitloads of awards for this. Like they made a patch for it for his guys, like a duck board patch that went on the uniforms. And he was given, he got the Army Distinguished Service Medal, the Navy Distinguished Service Medal, and the French Order of the Black Star, which I heard is kind of like a knighthood.
Yeah.
Which, fucking awesome.
Cool. Which cracks me up. It's just like, hey, everyone's sleeping in the mud. It's like, think about putting something down.
Yeah.
Like,
They're like,
who
you.
the fuck is Albert Einstein over
Yeah,
here?
whoa.
You think you're better than us?
That is crazy.
Yeah, just sleep on the wet ground.
You're blowing my mind
Yeah.
here. I don't know. Yeah.
Those Banana War boys are a little soft, you know? they
Yeah.
sleep on things.
They sleep on non-mud.
But this was a fun quote from his 19th. He did a series of speeches after World War I about how war is a racket. And then it came out as a book. And this is a quote from it, and he goes, "I helped make Mexico safe for America oil interest. I helped make Haiti and Cuba a decent place for the National Citibank boys. I helped purify Nicaragua for the International Banking House of Brown Brothers." We're like, hell yeah.
Nice.
And then maybe my favorite thing
is
is
of a quote for sure.
I didn't know there was the business coup, or what was it called?
The business plot.
Or the Wall Street Putsch.
That's right.
Which they tried to do a coup on FDR.
Yeah, they did. It sure seems that they did. There were a bunch of people. The Bush's patriarch
Prescott
Bush
was involved.
was involved. There was
Let's see. FDR came out with the New Deal stuff, and all the capitalists were like, "That's communist. What are we doing?"
Yeah, and they were really upset that he was starting to shut down business relations between America and Nazi Germany, and he had recently taken America off the gold standard, which people were fucking fired up about. People were, especially rich guys, that I don't know why, they were so fucking mad. They were like, "This is the end of capitalism." That was them. It was really funny to hear. But so they're like, "We're gonna fucking coup." FDR is what we're going to do.
So they're going to use the American Legion was pretty much they viewed it as like a private army. They just needed
like pretty much a standing army of World War I vets.
Yeah,
of 500,000 or something.
It's kind of interesting. This is like the most modern example of how every power shift in Rome happened.
Yeah.
There was just like a very popular general that went like, "Oh, hey, y'all fight for me. We're gonna go take over the town."
Yeah.
And they were like, "All right, that seems cool."
Yeah. And according to them, they had this plan for it all to start with Smedley Butler would like make a speech.
Yes.
And then
they
would between the speech and then he would march into DC with an army of 500,000 in a peaceful show of force and oust FDR. He doesn't give the speech, but he's apparently approached again by this guy, Gerald P. McGuire, who's kind of in the... And when Gerald P. McGuire is asked about it, he's basically like, "Well, I mean, we do need a fascist government, though. We do. We do.
We're not mad at that.
We do.
Like, sure, we tried to go about it the wrong way.
I'm not confessing to anything, but we do.
Yeah.
We do need...
But
we do need to coup FDR, though.
Pretty much they like talked to Smedley about this, tried to figure it out, and then he goes straight to Congress and tells on them.
Yeah, you can see some of his like testimony.
Tattletale Smedley.
Yeah, he's a famous whistleblower in this respect.
But then the news widely disregards it as just made up.
Yeah, that's crazy that the news owned by all these people who are working in concert with the business plot people would be like, "This never happened."
But then Congress,
that's what makes me think
they did meet,
happen.
And they look at all the evidence and we're like, "Oh yeah, he has like this is a credible claim. Like we should look into this."
And they did
just
not.
Went, "Stop."
Yeah.
Whoa.
They
easy, my guy.
That shit was sealed like until the 21st century. Apparently, that they had been like, they're apparently like they definitely were talking about this.
Yeah,
that's pretty much
whether
what
they
the
had
statement
their finger
says.
on the
They're
button,
like,
who knows?
They were definitely discussing this with an eye to get after.
And then two of his grandsons then his son and grandson were presidents of the United States of America. Thank you, Prescott Bush.
That's right. You shifty fucker.
That did make me think about like the Epstein list is obviously not going to, or even the list isn't going to come out. The JFK stuff's never going to come out. The MLK stuff's never going to come out. But we know the answer.
Yeah.
And even if they did release everything, it's like we know the government was involved in all those. There's evidence of it. You can see it. There's not a memo.
I don't know about two of those.
Which two?
JFK and Martin Luther King.
You don't think the government had any hand in it at all?
No, I think the government wanted Martin Luther King dead, but I think James Earl Ray was a lone working insane person too, who hunted him.
Regardless,
and then
I think they didn't stop him. Now, however, but my point,
I could see that.
My point I'm making is that there is nobody went, hey, we're going to do a plot to assassinate JFK. It's like, make sure to write a memo about that and fucking hide it real good.
Yeah.
Like there isn't a series of documents that are going to go, this is exactly what we did. It was sketchy and illegal. Here's the evidence. Those documents don't exist.
Well, I mean, a list of people flying to Epstein Island is pretty fucking close, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what's the good reason for going to Epstein Island with Jeffrey Epstein?
I think his whole thing is pretty clearly he was backed by CIA in Israel. Like he was a working agent.
I could definitely see that.
Like 100%.
I could definitely see that. Yeah. It makes all the sense in the world.
And so now they're not going to come out with everything.
We see what's going on.
And they're like, yeah, we kind of paid him to do a lot of dirty work for the past 45 years. So,
yeah.
Let's go ahead and just act like that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It is crazy though.
We're just gonna skate on by this. We're just gonna keep pumping out Love Islands and hope everybody forgets. That's our plan.
I was feeling pervy, and I watched the first 20 minutes of Too Hot to Handle Italy.
Oh, I bet it's sexy.
Boy, howdy, is it over the top.
Abbondanza.
I think American culture, we have a little more subtlety.
Yeah, definitely. We are a subtle people.
We're not. But I feel like over there, there's sexy people. We're just like, hey, I'm sexy and I like fucking.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what? I appreciate that straightforwardness. I was just thinking about this. All Love Island people now, they talk like fucking Dak Prescott. They all talk like fucking tech CEOs who are never going to say. They're always like, I'm just excited for this next chapter in my journey. They all say that. Like, fucking, we're here to laugh at you. Fucking stop being an NFL quarterback.
Yeah. Jiggle what you got.
Jiggle them and fucking say something funny.
Say something crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
That was really terrible. But you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
You know?
But that kind of wraps up Smedley Butler.
Oh, I had one more thing on Smedley Butler.
Yeah.
Hey, this was a funny story. Back in 1919, after saving everyone's asses in World War I with his duckboard idea, he took over the Marine base at Quantico, right? He made the place famous. He made it nationally famous. He would march to Gettysburg and do like reenactments at Gettysburg, and people were like, this is Marine base fucking rules. Bunch of showmen. But anyway,
bunch of showmen.
In 1921, they're doing a training exercise near the site of the Civil War Battle of the Wilderness. An old farmer comes up and he's like, hey, be careful. Stonewall Jackson's arm is right over there. And Smedley Butler is like, shut the fuck up. No, he says to the guy, he says, Bosh, I will take a squad of Marines and dig up that spot to prove you wrong. And he does, and sure enough, he digs up Stonewall Jackson's arm, and then he felt really bad about it.
Like, oh, no shit.
So he's like, all right, that's my bad. That was my bad.
We'll put it back.
Sure he was lying about that.
Put it back, everybody. Everyone chill.
So he put it in a different metal box and reburied it. And then they put a plaque there, but the plaque isn't there still. It is... it's in some fucking museum somewhere.
Yeah, probably in by the boxes of dog bones in the Yale Library.
Yeah, all the famous dog bones in the Yale Library. He actually might have been commandant of the Marines after the death of Wendell C. Neville in 1930, but they were like, you badmouth Benito Mussolini, though. Which was a big problem for them.
And it wasn't
heartthrob. Here's the
Benito
thing.
Mussolini.
They were everyone in positions of power in America.
Viewed as a good guy.
They were really upset. And he just told a story that was true, presumably, that Mussolini had run over a kid with his car once. And everyone's like, you can't be telling people what Benito Mussolini did.
Yeah.
We love that guy.
Yeah.
He's our best friend. That's what everyone in America was saying in the 1930s. But yeah, so you kind of see Smedley Butler. Interesting dude.
We hardly knew you.
Spent the first half of his career destroying democracy all over the globe, and then came back and tried to help democracy here with his anti-war speeches.
God bless you.
We hardly knew ye, truly.
But yeah, I had a funny run that's related to the passing of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere. He passed away yesterday.
That's right.
This was recorded on Friday. But we took this homeless guy to the hospital, and he was crazier, all get out.
All right.
And so we're getting him in, and the two nurses in the room were dudes. And my partner said something like, "Here you go, brother." And then both the nurses immediately went like, "Hell yeah, brother." And I went, "Brother." And then the homeless guy goes like, "Hey, did you know the brother guy died?" So there's these 5 random men in this hospital room had a little moment celebrating the life and times of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Brother.
Did you know the brother guy died?
Yeah.
I love that quote. Remember when he thought Bam Margera was dead? Speaking of Bam Margera, yeah, there's a famous tweet where he was like, "Miss my friend Bam Margera," and Bam Margera retweeted and was like, "Still alive, but thanks, Hulk." He was clearly thinking of Ryan Dunn, I think.
Oh yeah.
I think he was thinking of Ryan Dunn and was like, "Oh, miss
that
Bam.
guy." Which jackass dude was it? Yeah. Fucking Bam, whatever. Yeah.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Let me tell you something.
Is he going to be buried in his bandana? I think without a doubt.
Yeah.
There's not even a doubt. I can't picture
Will
it.
Bubba the Love
How
Sponge be at the
fucked?
Definitely.
Definitely. He will. Man, I mean, he might run into a bouncer, but he'll be there.
He'll get through.
I feel like they were friends.
I don't think they ever had a falling out. It was just
they just wanted to destroy Gawker with Peter Thiel's money.
Yes. Which he
was
was like,
what it was about.
He was banging his wife consensually.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. It was disgusting, but it was all above board.
All the N-word stuff, uncouth.
Very uncouth.
Listen to the podcast earlier when Scott accidentally says it. We'll find it.
I didn't. I said that was a C, man. You're hearing what you want to hear, and I'm disturbed by how badly you want to hear that.
Okay.
Oh, you hate monger. Write in and tell us how much Jimmy's hate has affected you.
Okay. All right.
That's right.
Did you do any fun shows?
Suck it.
Any fun shows recently?
Yeah. Last Saturday, Pete's Dark Nights. Super fun. Yeah, that was a really good show. I'm trying to think what I did Friday. I've done a few fun things. That Don't Tell we did was fun. It was fun. The afternoon of the night of the last podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Good times in the old T-shirt shop.
I headlined in Alexandria, Louisiana last weekend, and it fucking ruled.
Oh, awesome!
It was like at a brewery. Cool. It sold out. It was like
that's
standing room only, like not enough chairs for everybody.
Hell yeah!
Show went great. Jacob Marshall and Danny McGough were on it.
Good times.
Yeah, Jacob's funny. He booked it, and then Danny. I love Danny.
Yeah, definitely.
Which he lost his virginity.
Oh, I didn't know he hadn't before.
Yeah, he hadn't, and he's in his mid-20s, and he finally lost it.
Good on him.
So he's got to rewrite about 10 minutes of his material.
Dude, I heard Rufio lost his virginity while filming
Rufio?
Hook.
Oh,
the kid who played
he
Rufio.
Seemed young.
A little young, but he did.
Was it problematic of who it was?
It didn't seem like it. He was telling the story.
Okay.
But he was saying that the next day, that he was like, Dustin Hoffman was like, "Are you glowing?" like in character as Hook. He's like in the whole thing, and he's like, "What happened to you?"
Yeah, those kids.
You seem different.
Kids are walking on sunshine today.
Hilarious, yeah.
But Danny cracked me up because he did meet a 60-year-old woman on Hinge.
All right.
And when he described her, he did say middle-aged lady. And I had to be like, how many 120-year-olds do you see walking around?
She could be on the Mediterranean diet.
She's on the back
drinking a lot of olive oil.
That's just a regular old lady, and that's fine to our 60-year-old female listeners. You got a lot of vibrant life left in you. But and then he went to the doctor because he was scared there was going to be a pregnancy scare.
Yeah.
Which, again, that's health class failing Texas students. So there's a thing called menopause, and when a lady gets older, she loses that ability. So,
yeah. But you're not sure of that.
Yeah.
You know? You don't know for sure.
But that was the
That
fun.
you've
That was
gone
the
through
fun
the
news. That was the
change.
fun news of the weekend. Was Danny losing his virginity?
Yeah, that's big time. That's very fun. I saw a news article this week about a guy who fell into the Grand Canyon.
Oh no! Did he
It was
die?
terrible. He did.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
He did, yeah, well, yeah.
It was a big like viewing bridge, and he was like leaning over it and fell. And look, I get like writing out like news outlets now. Engagement is the entire game. You know,
Yeah.
you have to get engagement. But I thought it was kind of distasteful at the end of the article. It said, "Which natural wonder of the world would you like to fall into someday?" Sound off in the comments.
That's just AI written
like-
slop.
I was like, not appropriate.
Like, well, now
I
we
said
need-
I said Victoria Falls,
Yeah,
but
of
not
course.
appropriate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Sam Patchin it and do Niagara. You know.
Yeah.
But let's see. Yeah, that's just AI being like, you got to put a call to action at the end. You know, it's
Yep.
important. Like,
You
how
have
do we,
to.
what do we do? Yeah,
You have to.
this guy fell into a natural wonder. Like, which natural wonder do you want to fall into?
Yep.
Well, see,
I
I got-
made that up, by the way, too. That wasn't real. I just made up that. I thought it would be funny if the article ended that way.
That would be very funny.
And I could see it with
And
AI.
I
It is
feel-
more realistic than ever.
You've made me a fool.
yeah.
I hope you're proud
That
of
was
yourself.
that was for that whole trying to paint me as a hate monger
Yeah.
thing.
Trying. Yep.
Oh.
But I got some fun shows. August 3rd, Harvest Hall in Grapevine
That's
at
right.
Hotel Vin with Scott.
That's right.
August
I'll be
9th,
there.
Next Stop Comedy at Petacolis Brewing. Those are always fun shows. August 22nd and 23rd, doing 2 Don't Tell shows in Dallas. And September 24th, I'll be at the Zanies in Nashville
Oh hell
with
yeah.
the Heroes Off Duty comedy tour.
Oh, that sounds
So
fun as
yeah,
hell.
it's actually super cool. It's like a great paying gig, which I was like, fuck yeah, all right.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be a lot of fun in Nashville in September.
Oh, that's
So
good.
You're going to hear
times.
about it 6 more times until then.
Hell yeah.
That's a while away.
I had a show that got canceled, but they paid me anyway last week, and I was like, "Damn, is this what being in the mob is like? Like a fucking no-show job? This
Yeah.
is sweet. I gotta
like
find
this. More.
I gotta get in the mob."
How can I get more no-show gigs?
So I got hopefully shows that will happen. August 7th, it's a 325 at Dallas Hyenas. August 14th, same thing, 325, but in Funky Town, Fort Worth.
Funky Town.
We'll be out there. Those start at 8:30, of course, Thursday night shows. Good times.
Hell yeah. You got any closing thoughts?
Yeah, mostly I'm a really big pro-science guy, you know,
Okay.
like I believe in science.
Yeah.
I'm always saying we need to listen to scientists. Aren't I always saying that?
He's never shuts
Constantly.
up about it.
I always say that. But then this week I read an article that was like, dogs don't actually like to be hugged. And I was like, do you scientists ever shut the fuck up? Shut the fuck up. Who the fuck was asking you? Who
Yeah.
the fuck? My dog loves when I hug him.
Yeah.
I don't need your horse shit.
I have read that where like you
Yeah, I
can-
know it makes
it
sense.
totally makes sense. But I like hugging them and
Yeah.
kissing them, all right? And I'm going to do it.
I'm not going to stop, so quit asking. That's Nick Saban being told to quit hugging his dog. I'm not going to stop, so quit asking. Yep. Oh, I solved a really perplexing, I think I've talked about it on the podcast before. Have I ever talked about the murder detectives on First 48 in Atlanta, their hats?
No.
They wear the stupidest fedora hats. And I was wondering, I was always like, what is happening in Atlanta? Like
Yeah.
they're distracting these hats. They're fucking, it's disrespectful to the dead.
Yeah.
Is how
These
ridiculous
hats.
and out of place these stupid fucking fedora hats
Yep.
are. And then I found out, I watched a really old one, and they explain that in Atlanta, when you solve your first murder, they give you a fedora hat. And they call it the Hat Squad. I was like, oh my God. It was kind of like my joke about how they have to wear stupid hats if they can't solve the murder.
Yeah,
in
but it's the
48
opposite.
But the opposite. Complete
Yeah.
opposite. They're coming in with
Hell
a
yeah.
stupid hat and working from there.
It's like, oh shit, we got a lot of stupid hats around here. This is the A team.
We need to get these. It's a Tim Robinson situation. They were going to do the Atlanta Police Department was going to do a mob movie, so they had a bunch of fedoras and wigs and fake meatballs
Yeah.
flying around. They got to move them.
But with that,
yeah.
we bid you adieu, and until next time.
Till next time, we love you each and every one very much. Please join our army.
Please join our army.
Like and subscribe.
It'll be fun.
That's how you join the army.
You like and subscribe. Hail Satan.
We don't
Join the
have
army.
uniforms yet.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Jimmy and Scott digging through the past. Crazy tales they uncover fast. History stranger than you think. They'll also talk about wieners in a blink. They'll talk about wieners in a blink. Oddball history.